Hello, welcome to the Safe Harbour Easter special. My name is Nicola.
And my name's Jen.
And we're going to have so much fun today. This is the plan. First, we're starting with a welcome. After that, we'll sing a song. Then we're going to teach about the Easter story. After that, Jen's going to play a game. Then another song. After the song, we'll do some more teaching, which has some fun colouring in it as well. Then we'll pray together and finish with a final song.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In my questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. Far before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Far before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Far before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Far before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore.
Now we're going to do our teaching all about the Easter story.
I have some pictures that could help us remember the Easter story. Would you like to see them?
Yes, that's great. Thank you. Oh no, I'm sorry, Jen. That was my fault. We've dropped them all over the floor. Are these in the right order?
I don't think so.
Oh no. Okay. Let's have a look at the pictures and we can put them up on the board and try and put the story back into the right order.
Okay.
So what do you have?
This one here says that Jesus died on the cross and his friends and family were really sad.
Oh, do you think that's the beginning, the middle, or the end of the story?
I think it's probably somewhere near the middle.
Okay, all right, let's put it in the middle then. So we're going to start here and our story will go across and then we'll do the next line across here.
Okay.
Okay, let's put it there for now. Great. Mine says, Jesus' friend Judas told the important people where Jesus was. Jesus was arrested. So this can't have been after he died, so it must be up here somewhere. Why don't we put it here for now?
This one here says that Jesus had a special dinner called a Passover with his friends. This meal was known as the Last Supper. Jesus gave his friends bread and wine.
I think when I've heard this story before, that's quite near the beginning of the story. I think it's before he was arrested.
That's pretty true. Should we put it here?
Yes, I think so. So this one says Jesus went to pray to God in the Garden of Gethsemane. I think he did this after he'd had his meal with his friends. So do you think it goes in this gap here?
Yeah.
This looks good to me. So he had a meal with his friends and he told them what was going to happen. Then he prays to God. After that, his friend told the important people where he was and he was arrested. Once he'd been arrested, he died on a cross. This is really sad. I hope that there's more to the story. Jen, do you have anything else?
I do. I have two here.
Oh, good. Okay. What happens with the rest of the story?
So this one here says that Jesus' body was put into a tomb. And 3 days later, some of Jesus' friends went to the tomb, but his body wasn't there. An angel told them that Jesus had risen from the dead.
Whoa! I wasn't expecting that.
Me neither.
Okay, great. Well, that must be after he died. So maybe this goes here or here?
I think it probably goes here.
Oh, good. Okay, so it sounds like the story is having a bit of a happy ending. So Jesus died, which was really sad. But then his body was gone and he's come back to life. What happened next? There's one last picture.
Well, here it says that Jesus visited his friends before going to heaven.
Great! So Jesus came back to life.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. How fantastic. And Jesus is still alive today and his spirit is with us and he wants to be your friend even today. So the story had some really sad bits and Jesus died and he did that because he loves you so, so much. He wanted to say sorry to God for all of the mistakes we've made. And when he died on the cross, it means that it's okay that we make mistakes because he said sorry to God for us. And then he rose again to be our friend forever.
That's so cool.
Isn't that brilliant? Now it's time for our game. Jen, would you like to play this one?
Yeah.
Great. So I have some Easter eggs because it's Easter. And your challenge is to build a big tower out of Easter eggs. But they're not going to balance on their own because they're all rounded. So you have some sticky dough here and you can take a bit off to stick them together. Okay? It's quite difficult because they wobble all over the place, but give it a go and see how you can do in 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay? Are you ready?
I think I am.
On your marks, get set, go. Oh, that's a good start, Jen. Well done. "30 seconds, Jen. You're halfway there and you are doing a great job." Oh no, don't worry, it's okay. Keep going. Oh. Three, two, one. Oh no, just fell over at the last minute. But you did really well in the middle there, Jen. I was super impressed.
Thank you.
Well done. Now we're going to sing "Lord, Open My Eyes."
As always persist upon the shore, your love pursues me more and more. Your love pursues me like a stone that has been honed at sea. Your constant love is changing me. Your love, it changes me. Open my eyes to see you. Open my ears to hear you. Open my heart to love you every day in every way. Open my eyes to see you. Open my ears to hear you. Open my heart to love you every day in every way. Always persist upon the shore. Your love pursues me more and more. Your love pursues me like a stone that has been honed at sea. Your constant love is changing me. Your love, it changes me. Open my eyes to see you. Open my ears to hear you. Open my heart to love you every day in every way. Open my eyes to see you. Open my ears to hear you. Open my heart to love you every day in every way. Your love is never ending. Your grace is all abounding. It never fails. Your love is never ending. Your grace is all abounding. Your mercy never fails. Open my eyes to see you. Open my ears to hear you. Open my heart to love you every day in every way. Open my eyes to see you. Open my ears to hear you. Open my heart to love you every day in every way.
Now we're going to do our teaching.
I have an Easter gift for you, Nicola. Would you like it?
That's so kind. Thank you, Jen. Oh, wow. An Easter egg. Thank you so much. Can I have some now?
Yeah.
Thank you. Whoa! got chocolate inside the chocolate egg. Wow, that was such a surprise. I wasn't expecting that.
You know, that's funny that you say that, because it's like the surprise when Jesus came back to life, because his friends were really surprised.
You're right, like in the Easter story earlier. It's similar to that, isn't it? But what happened when Jesus rose again, that's called a miracle, because it's something that God made happen. So God decided that Jesus should live again so that he could be with us forever.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much for my Easter egg. That's really kind of you.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
But why did you give me an Easter egg? I know lots of people give these at Easter time, but when we told the story earlier, there was no mention of an egg. So what's this got to do with Jesus?
Well, that chocolate egg reminds us of real eggs, like these ones here.
Okay.
And when we think of an egg, it reminds us of how that's how baby chicks and birds are born. So it's like new life.
I see. Okay, so chocolate eggs remind us of real eggs, like the ones that birds grow inside of, and then they're born. But so was Jesus born in an egg? I thought Jesus was born in a stable.
No, he was born in a stable. It's because it reminds us of life when Jesus came back to life.
I see. So it's just to help us to remember it. Oh, I see. So there wasn't an egg in the story. It just reminds us that Jesus came back to life. I see.
And that he's still alive now.
How brilliant. I think I might have a good Easter craft we could do to help us to think about this.
That'd be great.
Should we go and get our pencils and paper? That's what we need for this craft. Great. Now we're going to do our Easter craft. You can ask an adult to go to the Lighthouse website and print off one of these crosses for you, if you would like.
I don't have a printer, so I'm just going to draw my own.
Great, that's also a good idea. And it doesn't even have to be a cross if you don't want to. You can draw a different picture and that's absolutely fine. But what we're going to think about is using different colours to help to remind us of different parts of the Easter story. So we're going to start with red. This can help us to think about Jesus' blood. Do you remember the part of the story when Jesus died on the cross? So the red helps us to think about that part. So let's colour in a bit. Red.
And I'm going to use yellow, which represents God's perfect light.
So you can either do this now with us, or you can do it when we finished. That's absolutely fine too. So I'm just colouring in different bits using different colours. And I'm thinking about what these remind me of. I love thinking about how yellow is God's light. Because we said that Jesus' spirit is still with us today. So we have his light inside of us. What other colours do I have? I think I'm going to leave some bits white, because the white is going to help me to think about how we're forgiven. And forgiven means when we say sorry to God for the mistakes we make, he says, that's okay, we all make mistakes. Of course I still love you. And when Jesus died on the cross, it meant we were all forgiven for our mistakes. So I think I'm going to leave a few bits white, just to help me remember that we're forgiven and it's okay to make mistakes.
I'm going to use purple because purple is actually a royal colour, so it reminds us that Jesus is king.
Yes. And Jesus is the most important king that has ever lived. Jesus is the King of all kings. And Jesus was a really special type of king because he did the same thing that all his other friends did. He didn't think that he was better than anybody because he was king. He just wanted to be friends with everyone. I think that's really cool. Okay, I've done a purple bit to remind me that Jesus is king. I've got blue here, which reminds us of baptism water. So sometimes when people become friends with Jesus, they decide to get baptized, which is when you have a bit of water put on your head, and it just helps you to think about how you're forgiven and you're now friends with Jesus. And blue is the colour of water, so that's why we use blue for baptism water. How's yours coming along, Jen?
Mine's looking great.
I love it. That looks really nice.
I wonder if there's any more colours that we could use. I have a green to remind us of the new life that we were talking about earlier.
Yes, when we were talking about the eggs and the hatching, because lots of things that grow are green, aren't they? Like trees and leaves. So it helps us to think about that new life when Jesus rose again. This is such a fun idea, and you can do this with any sort of picture. If you don't have all these colours, that's okay. Here's one I did the other day, and I didn't have a red, so I just used pink instead, and that's absolutely fine. So you can make it however you would like. It's mostly just about having fun. Now it's our prayer time.
Can I pray today?
That would be lovely. Thank you, Jen. Should we have a think about that prayer drill we sometimes do to help us focus?
Yeah.
So you can do this if you would like, just to help you to think about talking to God rather than everything else that's in the room that might be a bit distracting. Wiggle your fingers, cross your arms and put your head down.
Dear God, we thank you that we can always talk to you no matter where we are, what time it is, or what's going on. We thank you that you always listen to us. Amen.
Amen. Now we're going to sing Hope.
When the world is hurting, when life is so confusing, I am sure of one thing, God, you're by my side, yeah. When I'm feeling lonely and I start to worry, I know, God, you're near me and you're always by my side, yeah. And I can lift my hands up to you, I can raise my voice and sing. You are who I put all hope in. I will trust you in everything. There is hope in the Lord. He is with me each day. I will trust him today. I have hope in the Lord. He is mighty and good. There is hope in the Lord. When the world is hurting, when life is so confusing, I am sure of one thing, God, you're by my side, yeah. When I'm feeling lonely and I start to worry, I know, God, you're near me and you're always by my side, yeah. And I can lift my hands up to you, I can raise my is hope in the Lord. He is with me each day. I will trust Him today. I have hope. I have hope in the Lord. He is mighty and good. There is hope in the Lord.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I've learnt so much. Have you?
I have. I've had a great time. Thank you, Jen.
And that we hope you have too.
If you have enjoyed yourself and you want to find out more about our exciting plans for the summer holidays, then please email us or ask the adult that's looking after you to email us. Our address is on the screen. Thank you very much. Have a great Easter.